We are following breaking news out of Kenosha. Classes canceled at Indian Trail High School and Academy while police investigate a threat. Amy DuPont live outside the school. Snapchat is where this all started.
Hey, good morning. Investigators tell us that, this threat was started on a text message between two people, and then it was shared on social media. We can also tell you today that Kenosha police have yet to identify the suspects. Police are still here at the high school. They're also posted outside of the middle school, which is across the street. Now, parents first identified or notified the Indian Trail High School and Academy of these threats. And then the school district, of course, worked with police, and they decided that they needed to close the school. Now, here is that threat. The suspect writes, quote, "I'm shooting up ITA tomorrow." The other person responds, "Go ahead." The suspect goes on to write IDC, or "I don't care who I hit," ISTG, or "I swear to God, I am sick of it. I've reached my breaking point." Again, after learning of this threat, the school district worked together with police, and they decided to close the school until police can identify who wrote this threat and if it's credible. Now, some of the parents we spoke with this morning were concerned because there is a middle school right across the street, but the district says students in the middle school are safe.
Knowing that the Kenosha Police Department has provided a lot of support, we have a lot of officers on site here. That's also supporting Mahone Middle School right across the way. We did feel that it was safe and okay for students to attend at Mahone Middle School.
Again, Kenosha police have not identified a suspect. The district spokesperson tells us that Indian Trail will likely be closed until they finish their investigation and they identify the person who wrote the threat. Now, we can tell you that just last week there was another threat to a local middle school here in Kenosha. Police determined that was a hoax. They did track down the student who was responsible for it. That student was prosecuted. It is a felony to make a threat against a school here in Wisconsin. However, district officials do not believe that that threat is in any way related to the threat made to Indian Trail here today. Reporting live in Kenosha, Amy DuPont, Fox 6 News.
Happening right now, we are following breaking news in Waukesha. The second of two teenage girls charged in the Slender Man stabbing case in court for sentencing. Taking a live look in the courtroom, this began early this morning. Psychologists are now sharing their assessments of Morgan Geyser. Earlier this morning, we heard from one psychologist who says that Geyser still hears from a voice called Maggie, but a change in medication made it better. 15-year-old Geyser pled guilty in October to attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Geyser, along with Anissa Wire, stabbed a classmate 19 times. Under a plea deal, the prosecution did not seek jail time. Instead, they want Geyser to serve as many as 40 years in a mental hospital. Wire was sentenced to 25 years in a mental hospital back in December. Also breaking right now, Fox 6 has learned the names of the three finalists for the position of interim Milwaukee police chief. A source says they are Assistant Chief James Harpole, Inspector Michael Brunson, and Captain Alfonso Morales. Those finalists expected to be announced tonight at a Fire and Police Commission meeting. A public forum was held yesterday at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society. A panel made up of former current officers, the police department's union president, and one member from the Fire and Police Commission were at the forum. They're gathering input from the community on the qualifications for the next chief. Chief Flynn's retirement takes effect on February 16th. The candidates will be at the next public forum, February 8th. Developing this morning on the Milwaukee's North Side, police investigate a shooting. It happened around 4:30 this morning near 5th and Burleigh. One man was hurt and taken to a hospital. No word on his condition. Police have not made any arrests. Police also busy searching for a hit-and-run driver. A man seriously hurt after he was hit by a car near 23rd and Capitol just before 9 o'clock last night. They said the driver of the vehicle took off. The victim was taken to a hospital with serious injuries. Good morning. We're following breaking news this morning from Barron County, where 13-year-old Jamie Kloss has been found alive. We go now to a news conference to get an update on where she was found, how she's doing, and what we know about the investigation.
Searched arm in arm with us, wrote us notes, and never gave up hope. As the days and weeks wore on, you still continued to call. Law enforcement locally and across the country continued to comb through over 3,500 tips, and the family never gave up hope. Last night, our collective promise was fulfilled with Jamie's safe recovery.
County Sheriff's Department. It includes the FBI, the Division of Criminal Investigation, and the hundreds of officers who came to Barron County to assist in this investigation. I saw firsthand how brave, determined, and dedicated these men and women are. It has truly been an honor to see the work that they have performed as public servants to this community.
Really, I don't think I've seen this much work done on any one case I've been involved in my entire career. And the friendships and the professionalism of all agencies at the local, state, and federal level have just been beyond what anybody could really expect. FBI brought in resources from all over the country. DOJ had our resources. We're here on the ground today trying to help the community recover. Our victim witness people are up here along with those from the local and federal level.
Breaking news at 11, the search is over. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, who went missing nearly 3 months ago, has been found alive. The Barron County teen vanished after her parents were found murdered in their home. Police say a 21-year-old man identified as Jake Patterson is now under arrest and facing kidnapping and homicide charges. The discovery, obviously a big shock for many. We've got team coverage this morning on the investigation. Angelica is in the newsroom with more on the family's reaction. But first, we go to Mary Stoker-Smith. She's live in Barron. The Sheriff's Department just wrapped up a news conference. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim. That's right. The sheriff giving us little insight into exactly what happened during the time that Jamie Kloss was missing. She was missing on October 15th for 3 months, and we do know that she was being held, according to them, by the man that you saw just a short time ago, by Jake Patterson. He is in custody, facing several different charges tonight. Now, what we don't know exactly are the little details. Why was Jamie taken? What was the relationship between Patterson and Jamie? We are looking for a press conference to happen later on this afternoon to get answers to those questions. In the meantime, we do know that Jamie was found by a woman walking a dog just after 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. She was found disheveled, malnourished, dirty. Her hair was messed up, and so it looks as though she was living in pretty harsh conditions over the last 3 months. We don't know exactly where she was found, but we do know it was about 65 miles north of here in the town of Gordon, and it was there that Patterson was apprehended shortly after Jamie was found. We are told she was taken to a hospital, evaluated, and she will be reunited with her family. We don't know much about her emotional state right now, but you can imagine after the ordeal that she's been through, exactly her state of mind right now. We will learn more in the press conference also, again, about what the motive could have been. We do know that the sheriff told us that Jamie was a target, that Patterson definitely targeted her when he went into her parents' home on that evening of October 15th and killed her parents. So we still are waiting to hear a lot more questions, but we do know that Jamie is safe. The small community of Barron, a town of just over 3,000 people, has renewed energy, and they are thrilled and delighted that this young lady, this 13-year-old girl, is safe today. But still questions remain. We're going to bring you the latest from that press conference coming up at 4 o'clock, where we hope to get some more insight. But for now, we're going to toss it to Angelica Duria, who has more on Jamie's family's emotional reaction when they learned that she was alive and they were going to be able to see her and she was coming home. Angelica?
Yeah, Mary, the family of Jamie Kloss, no doubt overjoyed by the news that Jamie has been found safe.
She's coming home. Best night. Oh, just happy with lots of emotions and tears tonight, but so happy. And I can't wait to hug that little girl.
The 13-year-old, dirty and malnourished, found someone walking their dog, ran to them begging for help. She was in the woods. That person told a neighbor to call 911. Now, of course, this is a sigh of relief from the family as well as the community. Hundreds of volunteers that had been searching for her. 88 days, that is how long Jamie was missing before she was found alive yesterday, just 1 hour north in the rural town of Gordon. Kloss has been missing since October 15th, as Mary has mentioned, when her parents were found murdered in their Barron County home. Her family never gave up hope, and they are now relieved and grateful that she is coming home.
Prayers from our family. We got prayers from everybody. I mean, everybody telling us they're praying for us, and you know, it's the power of prayer, and it worked. I mean, how she got out, we don't know that yet. But, you know, it wasn't just on her own. So, yeah, it was amazing.
The Barron County Sheriff asking for people to respect the family's privacy during this emotional time. That's the latest from the newsroom. Kim, back to you.
Angelica, thanks. The cousin of Jamie Kloss also thanking law enforcement on Facebook last night. She says there are no words to describe how humbling it is to have so many people who don't even know you come together to help our family. She's asking everyone to celebrate and continue to pray for the family and all the children who are still missing. And Barron's mayor overjoyed, telling the Associated Press that knowing Jamie's been found is, quote, unbelievable. It's like taking a big black cloud in the sky and getting rid of it and the sun coming out again.